Welcome, everyone. This is our program for the Hampton B. Allen Library, our adult program, and we're in the home of Miss Doloris Evans, Phoebe's sister, and we're just delighted that she invited us to come in here. Today we're cooking with her, and Doloris is making a wonderful recipe that you can try for Thanksgiving. And we just thank her so much. And we were talking a little bit earlier, Doloris and Phoebe and Linda and Misty also have done
nine
cookbooks.
Yes.
And this wonderful recipe, well, we'll have it available on our website, but they just have done a tremendous job. And Doloris, you are at home economics.
Yes, Linda, Phoebe, and I were all three and majored in home economics for our undergraduate degrees.
That's wonderful. And you taught as well.
Well, no, I didn't teach as well. I worked for consumer credit counseling.
Okay.
We all started out in extension as 4-H agents, and then as we got further degrees, we all went a different direction.
And we can see from her home and her kitchen and all of the things that she does that she put all that to work. And so we're gonna turn it over to Doloris now.
Very good, thank you, Diane. I want to welcome you into my home. As Diane said, and you can tell by my apron, I'm Phoebe's sister. I hope some of you remember Phoebe. She was a Lee. We were all Lees from Burnsville. And my older sister, Linda Cowan, when she lived in Wadesboro, you will probably remember her. And her daughter Misty now lives in town. So Misty and I are the only two that are still in Anson County. But I'm still very proud to be a Lee girl. And you don't have any trouble identifying me because my name's right on my apron. And as you can tell by this apron, it is well worn. I do enjoy cooking. We all enjoy cooking, and we enjoy sharing our recipes. So I hope that you will enjoy this recipe today. What I'm going to demonstrate for you today is a sweet potato casserole. This has been a standard in our family for the last 30 years. This recipe came to us from Misty. Misty's mother-in-law, Granny Hathcock, we always called her, shared this with Misty the first year she and Jim were married, and they've been married 29 plus years. So every Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, anytime we get together, this is always on our table. So I hope you will enjoy this. And I'm quickly going to go over the ingredients for you, and then I'm going to demonstrate making one. 3 cups of cooked sweet potatoes. And the sweet potatoes can be baked or boiled, your preference on how to do them. 1 cup of sugar. Also, we substitute sometimes Splenda or stevia. Stevia is my favorite sugar substitute, but we will substitute that in the recipe instead of the sugar. 3 eggs, 1/2 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I will tell you I also make my own vanilla flavoring, and it is much better than what you can buy commercially. 1/2 stick of butter melted. The other thing I always do is to use butter. If it calls for butter, I make sure that I use butter. And a dash of salt. Now, then we have a topping. I'll go on and tell you the topping. 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of plain flour, 1/2 stick of butter softened, and 1 cup of chopped pecans. And this is so simple to put together. Let me back up and say the recipe will be available at the library or on the library website. So if not, call the library and tell them you need this recipe. Okay, I'm going to start, and I'm going to make a little bit of noise with my mixer here. And I'm cooking from the wrong side, but that's okay too. I have 3 cups of cooked sweet potatoes in my mixer. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar, 3 eggs, you literally just dump everything in, 1/4 of a cup of milk, 1/2 half a cup of milk, excuse me. I always have my recipe by me when I'm cooking as well because I can't trust my memory anymore. This is a half a stick of melted butter. A teaspoon of vanilla. And a dash of salt. That's a dash of salt. All you do is let it mix for about 2 minutes and it's ready to go, and it probably already is ready. Caroline, zoom in here and you can see how creamy this casserole is.
Looks delicious.
I'm going to spray the pan with butter flavor, but you can use any that you've got. And I just do that because it assures that I won't have to scrub so hard. What I'm going to do is clean my beater. And pour it in the pan.
Dolores, we'll have to get your recipe for your flavoring also.
Okay?
Since you make your own.
Yes. Now normally I would put it in a 2 quart, and a 2 quart is better than this, but I only had 1 2-quart pan, and it has something else in it right now. But this is going to be good for right now. Now we need to mix the topping, and the topping is light brown sugar, butter, softened butter, nuts, 1 cup of nuts, and plain flour. Start saying, I knew there was another ingredient in there. Now, I need to move just a moment and get a wooden spoon. See what it looks like with all the ingredients in there. All you're going to do is mix this till it's well mixed. And this is the topping for this recipe. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Sometimes I get my hands in there, and I will tell you right before we start. And yes, I just spilled some on the floor, Caroline, but that's okay. I did wash my hands before we started. Always wash your hands good before you start. Now, this simply just goes on top of this recipe. Best tool you have in your kitchen. That's all there is to this recipe. 350 for 30 minutes.
Uncovered.
Uncovered.
Okay.
And this is the finished
That's
product.
the end product. It looks delicious.
Now, if y'all were here, I'd let you have a taste. But since you're not here, Diane's going to be my first guinea pig. So,
Yes.
So come over,
Yes.
Caroline. Let me wash my hands since I've been in the batter.
Cross in front of you. I'm sorry.
We need a taste test.
Absolutely. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad to do it. That is delicious. Delicious.
Granny Haycock had the right recipe. And so far as we know, this was her original recipe. So,
It is
you
delicious.
see Misty, tell Misty her
I
mother-in-law
sure will.
was a good one to give us this recipe. But as I
Absolutely.
said, every time my family
is
gets
really
together, this is a must on our table. I don't care if we're having hot dogs and hamburgers. Somebody's going to say, "Where's the sweet potato casserole?" So that's how much we like it. So, and it can really be a dessert or just as a main part of the main course.
Right. Yes.
So-
It is delicious. You'll all want to try this because it certainly is delicious. Thank you, Doloris. We can't thank you enough.
You're certainly welcome. I enjoy doing
Such
it.
a gracious host.